The show, well, those are your own. But just keep in mind that the views, information, or opinions expressed on the Tuddle Daily Podcast are solely those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily represent those of our sponsors. Yeah, it's called free speech, people. Nobody's forcing you to listen.
Get ready for your daily dose of Tuddle.
The all-time greatest intern/producer we've ever had, of course, Tuddle. Tuddle in Florida.
From the Hobo Fish Camp, it's the Tuddle Daily Podcast.
No wonder nobody likes you, Tuddle. Everything's a goddamn debate.
All right, guys, greetings and welcome to another edition of the Tuddle Daily Podcast on a Thursday evening. Got an interview coming up at 7:30. Yep, bad. Vulture, we have to do something with this. This whole, I'm disgusted with the whole fucking StreamYard experience. StreamYard, suck my dick. For real. It's horrible. Absolutely horrendous. God damn it, man. Is it any better now, or does it still sound like shit? Let me listen. You know, like I don't get it. Do not get it. I don't think I'll ever get it. I don't even know. Do not even know. Yeah, it's definitely better. So don't even try to say I sound like I'm underwater. You know, I try to do the best that I can. So, and Bubba lost everything. I don't still sound like I'm underwater because it was bad earlier, and I know that it's better now. Anyways, guys, I would love to hear from you. If you would like to call in, 407-270-3044. Once again, that is 407-270-3044. Got some pretty good news stories that I wanted to get into. I really don't feel bad about this this person that
witnesses could
I know that I
clearly
have not
see
played
the
this
agitated bison
when are people going to learn? Like, just because we're the most intelligent doesn't mean that you can go fuck around and mess with a bison in Yellowstone National Park. And this is a story. You know what? These people deserve to get like stampeded by this buffalo. And I think the adults that were there should be charged with child neglect for putting their kid in this type of danger. So what I'm trying to say is that I really don't have much sympathy for these people, except the kid. The kid did not deserve this.
Even from a distance, witnesses could clearly see the agitated bison charging. The attack unfolding this week at Yellowstone National Park, leaving a 34-year-old man.
Now, did you see the one guy? The one guy I think is the grandfather. Just basically like, up, good luck, kid. You're on your own. And then I think that's the father that jumped in, and he gets just completely leveled by this buffalo. And that's why I said, like, if you're going, yeah, Iggy did say, oh my God, he just left the kid. I mean, it's all about self-preservation, but he did. Look, I'll rewind this. He did. He fucking was like, you know what? Sorry, kid. You cut your, well, I don't see how you could say the kid cut his own deal, but man, this is absolutely horrible.
This week at Yellowstone National Park,
Watch
leaving a
this guy just leave the
34-year-old
kid.
man with injuries to his arms after he was gored.
Now, I will say this other guy, the younger guy, did put himself in between the buffalo and the kid. But why are you even allowing yourself to get in that situation? This is a very aggressive animal. And why are you even getting close enough? Cameras have all types of zooms and this and that. You can always crop the photo and zoom in afterwards. Why are you getting so close to this buffalo?
The massive bull bison first closing in on 2 adults and a child when a third man rushes in to help. The bison, which
this guy wasn't, was this guy a part of the family?
could weigh up to 2,000 pounds, briefly lifting him off the ground before the man and child could run to safety.
If you saw a bull on a ranch, you probably wouldn't walk right into the pen. And
Exactly. I don't even care if you are a city slicker or, I know that's a weird thing to say, but even if you've never been around animals, you should be intelligent enough to know you do not get, how they always say, mess around with the bull, get the horns. Get the horns. That's exactly what's going to happen to you. So why would you get anywhere near a wild? That's all a buffalo is. It's a wild cow. I know that it's not a cow, but it is just like it's a wild cow. It is. So what I'm trying to say is, why would you be dumb enough? And it's a 2,000-pound animal. Some people are just so stupid. They just think because they have not faced any dangers when it comes to nature in their life, they think that nothing's going to happen to them. Yeah, and the Jolly Gator says he's correct. Yo, bisons and moose don't fuck with. Moose, people don't realize how big moose are. They are humongous. Like, just to their shoulders, there's a lot of people that are not as tall as they are. Fozzie, if you will, there's a video going around now of a rhino flipping around a zebra car. Yeah. We definitely take it for granted about where we're at on the food chain. Yeah, we're smarter, but guess what? You need to be smart enough not to put yourself in a situation where a bull bison is going to fuck your day up.
Take a photo, and if you see a bull bison,
Look at this video of this bison. Look at the back itself. That's got to be over 6 feet, right? Look at the horns. Look at the forehead on this bison. Yeah, I mean, Fozzie, you're right. Don't become the prey. Us as human beings, us as being more intelligent, you know what that tells us? Not to put ourselves in those types of situations. You know, there's stories of bison's foreheads being so strong that bullets would ricochet off of those, like even the water buffalo as well, too. So what I'm trying to say is, why would you ever put yourself near this? Just like, this is a tank. This, if there's anything close to an animal, this is a tank. This will mess up your day. This could ram your like small little sedan and flip it. Bison doesn't fucking play. This bison would make you wish that you were never born.
in a national park, you probably shouldn't walk up and take a photo. You want to give it deference.
You know, I've heard that before, Fozzie. Fozzie writes, Indians didn't even fuck with bisons. They ran them off of cliffs. Fozzie says, that's lummy. Look, okay, look at this. Look at this. Look at that horn. And look at the shoulders, the striations that this buffalo has in its shoulders. And you want to get close to it with those horns? Yeah, you know what? It's natural selection if you let yourself get close enough where a bison is going to be able to take a hack at you.
And respect in the space it needs.
The injured man, who's from Colorado Springs, was treated for his wounds at a local hospital. The dangerous encounter happened.
Oh, look at that. Boom. I mean, Old Faithful is valving it off right there. Look at that. Old Faithful is just valving it off. Look at that. I mean, that is a hell of a valve job. That thing's releasing some pressure.
Dangerous encounter happening near the geyser Old Faithful, one of the park's biggest draws.
Oh, no.
While bison, bears, moose, and coyotes.
Look. Why would you even mess with that? It's Wag says, I ain't trying to get curb stomped by a bison. Hell no. But look at this thing. That bison's got some swagger. Like you would not want to go toe-to-toe with that bison.
Coyotes freely roam the park. Attacks are rare, but do happen. In 2019,
watch this video. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh, but you guys have got to watch this video. By the way, this child was fine. Luckily, children are very pliable. They're very resilient, but I'm sorry. I can't help but laugh when I see this video. Watch this.
In 2019, a 9-year-old girl was flung through the air by a bison and somehow not seriously injured.
Look. I'm sorry. I know I should not laugh. And once again, the parents but come on, man. This kid. Watch this. This is 2019. Look at this kid.
9-year-old girl was flung through the air by a bison and somehow not seriously injured.
But she almost landed it. Look at this little kid. This little kid, look at how far in the air this kid got. And what I'm trying to say is that this kid almost landed it. I would have given her a perfect score if she would have landed it without because she didn't. Her legs collapsed underneath of her.
Flung through the air by a bison and somehow not seriously injured. And just this
Fozzie says that's the cost of doing business bison style. I mean, I'm sorry. I know a lot of people probably think I'm being a dick. But come on, man. This little kid went fly. Look at I paused it at a perfect spot. If you look right up there, that was a hell of a tumble. What? Here we go.
A 9-year-old girl was flung through the air by a bison and somehow not seriously injured.
Damn.
And just this week, a 25-year-old woman was also gored by a bison at Yellowstone. Park rangers asking the public to stay at least 25 yards away from large animals that can easily outrun humans and 100 yards away from predators like bears.
Never approaching wildlife to take a picture.
PSA.
Yo. Is this chick really a park ranger? Because what I'm trying to say is, because I'm into the nerdy looking women. Not weird, but just odd. And I know some people would take that as an offense, but come on, look at this chick though. I bet she would definitely be. Hold on, let me see her.
Predators like bears.
Never approach.
Look at that. Yes, please. I need to find out who this chick is. Look at her, all innocent. She's got the Smokey the Bear hat on. She's got a bison in the back. Yeah, I mean, you put a little eyeshadow on, but you know what? I think she's great right now. Look at
wildlife to take a picture.
PSA.
I got to find out who this is.
He's reminding park visitors these animals are wild.
This is a wild space, and it's important to make sure that the next person has the opportunity to see that wildlife, that you take appropriate precautions to protect yourself, to protect the wildlife.
Clearly see the agitated bison charging.
I'm done with this. Fozzie, I think you're onto something there. Fozzie said like a thin bialik, blossom. Could use a nice tan though. Oh well. Sorry. A lot of these no. Tan's not that important. Yeah, tan makes you look a lot skinnier. It's like the natural makeup, in my opinion. It does. It really is. Tan fat looks better than pale fat. It does. So I did the bison attack. Oh, this is one that I wanted to talk about. This guy
out there
never missed a day of work. Never missed a day of work. I think in like 27 years that he never missed a day. And a lot of people were just being like, oh yeah, he deserved more. This guy is a hell of a worker. Seems just like a great guy. He's just grateful for everything that he's had.
I just really want to tell everybody out there how thankful I am for
Kevin Ford expressing his gratitude online after an unexpected outpouring of generous Americans. It all began last week when a video of him receiving a gift bag for his service went viral.
Movie ticket. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, you know, a lot of people were bitching about, oh, the guy deserved more. The guy, you know what? Yeah, maybe he did. Maybe he did. Movie tickets are fine. But guess what? The guy worked like he was supposed to. Is it very like great that he worked that many years without missing a day? Yes, it is. But there's also a lot of people, it's just because they did start a GoFundMe, and I think it got over $100,000. And that's fine. It really is. But man, like, I don't know.
And I also got a bag of Reese's.
Oh, those Reese's look good as fuck, though.
The video has been viewed now more than 2 million times on social media.
And I try to get all creative. I can't get that type of traction on social media.
The 54-year-old has worked at the Las Vegas International Airport under HMS Host, a food service company for restaurants like Burger King and Cinnabon, for nearly 3 decades. Ford says in all those years.
Do you realize how hard it would be to work at Cinnabon? Man, I'm pretty good at about keeping on my diet and stuff, but I cannot even imagine working at Cinnabon and seeing those cinnamon rolls come by. Cinnabon is so good. The only time I used to eat Cinnabon was when I went out to Universal Studios or City Walk or Islands of Adventure, because they had a Cinnabon there. And I'm not big. Iggy T, wait, hold on. Iggy T says, I worked at HSC at the airport too. LOL. What franchise were you working at, Iggy? If you don't mind me asking. But also at the same time, though, I was out there. Oh, you worked at Starbucks. Iggy, I think they do give him like a Starbucks tumbler. But I would always go to Cinnabon when I would go out to Universal or Islands of Adventure or City Walk. And I'm not a big, like, sweet person. Like, I don't eat a lot of sweets. But I would get the Cinnabon, like, pizza rolls. I don't know if they even still do them. But, man, those things were delicious as hell. It was more of a savory, like, bun that they would do. But it was more like marinara, pepperoni and stuff. Oh, they were so good. And I would eat the sugary Cinnabon a little bit every once in a while. But I've just never, ever been a sugar type eater or sweet type eater. Now, if I do eat sweets, I will go sweet and savory. Like, I got to have sweet and savory. I just can't eat sweet on their own, on its own. And Fozzie is right. Cinnabons are like crack. You know what else we have over here in Volusia County? We have one of those old style Krispy Kremes where they got the conveyor belt. You can watch them make the Krispy Kreme glazed donuts. And they got the sign. They got one of those old-fashioned signs that when they're hot and fresh, they'll light them up. Now, like I said, not the biggest sweet eater, but that Krispy Kreme, that old-fashioned one on International Speedway Boulevard in Daytona Beach, was on the way to my first radio station that I ever worked at. WKRO 93.1 The Crow. It's an alternative rock station, working with Ron and Fez. And about the time every morning driving into work, I had to stop there because they'd have that light. That light is like a moth to a flame or a light. I would stop there. I would stop there, get a dozen. And there's just something about hot off of the conveyor belt. They run through that little waterfall of glazed that just runs right over them. Ugh. I mean, it's, you know what? I mean, like Fozzie said, Cinnabons are like crack. That right there. Krispy Kreme donuts. Yeah. There's nothing better because it's like you're eating sugary air when you bite into a fresh, hot, now Krispy Kreme glazed donut. It's like you're biting into sugary air. It's so light and fluffy. Oh, man. I'm about to let one rip right now in my shorts, man. But they're absolutely amazing. But this old guy, you know what? Good for him.
He has never missed a scheduled shift, not one.
This is very nice.
There you go, Iggy. They gave me a Starbucks tumbler. So I know exactly what you're saying.
Starbucks, thank you guys.
In the video originally posted on Ford's Instagram account, he goes through each item, which includes a tumbler, candy, pens, and a movie ticket. Ford says in the video he is grateful for it all, but social media called for more. One Instagram user writing, after 27 years of working, that's all he got? Another.
Well, no, he is happy. That's why I kind of like this story. Like, I'm not saying anything bad about this gentleman at all. But everybody else was like, oh, that's all he got? What about 27 years of a paycheck? They didn't have to do this, and this was not the company that did it. This was a fellow employee, a fellow coworker that did something nice. I mean, this all worked out in the long run because this guy got the GoFundMe was like over $100,000.
Person commenting, Kevin, you are a treasure and a special person. We reached out to HMS Host for a response, and the company said, quote, this recognition of Mr. Ford by another employee captures the essence of our culture of appreciation.
No, and Twisted Movies is right. I mean, that's on everyone else. This guy is humble and great. The rest of social media are all shitheads. Garth Brooks says, LOL, oh my God, and he's happy. I mean, isn't that the type of guy that you want? Isn't that the type of guy you want to be friends with? He's grateful for what he has, and everything else is bonus.
Caring and inclusion, and reflects the best of our company, our people. Mr. Ford is a valued associate and member of an honored group of employees that have worked for us for many years. The company also told Today Ford got that gift because he is an exemplary employee. One of Ford's daughters, Serena, created a GoFundMe account for him. On it, she describes how her single dad worked hard to support her and her siblings.
Now, this puts this guy at like being a saint. Listen, I mean, I don't know. You just don't know.
She describes how her single dad worked hard to support her and her siblings. She writes, "In no way are we asking for money or is he expecting any money. But if anyone feels like blessing him, he would love to visit his grandchildren." Less than a week later, more than 170,000.
Damn it. And you know what? I'm not even going to hate on it. I'm not going to do it. Good for him.
$1,000 was raised. Even a $5,000 donation from actor David.
What up, country girl? David Spade's jumping in on it.
Spade. Ford, blown away by the attention, posted a thank you video.
But, I love y'all. I gotta get out of here before I start crying. This really means so much to me.
You know what? Good for him. Seriously. Good for him. And Garth Brooks, you're right. I do like David Spade as well, too. Him and Chris Farley. Some of the funniest shit that I've ever seen in my life. So good. I talked about this story a couple weeks ago about this love triangle murder,
arms to Teresa,
where this woman that was, I guess, hooking up or having a relationship with this guy that was already married or was engaged, and she ended up killing the other woman in the love triangle. Well, they caught her because she was on the run for quite some time.
During her time in Costa Rica, local authorities say Armstrong stayed at a hostel, Don John's Lodge.
That's a pretty badass looking hostel. Look at that. It's like some was it the Swiss Family Robinson kind of like tree house fort? Look at this place. Man, I need to get down to Costa Rica.
In Costa Rica, local authorities say Armstrong stayed at a hostel, Don John's Lodge in Santa Teresa, a place to surf and do yoga just a short walk to the beach. Armstrong had been taking yoga classes nearby, which U.S. Marshals say.
You know, sometimes those yoga chicks, they kind of throw you off a little bit. Like, oh, they're all zen this, all zen that. They wouldn't hurt a fly. Nah, this chick absolutely murdered her romantic rival.
U.S. Marshals say helped the authorities track her down.
In all, this defendant's flight was clumsy at best. You have to give up your old life, and that means not bringing your yoga practice with you when you...
I mean, the guy's kind of right. Like, you can't risk doing anything that's closely related to what you're doing in the life you had before. You just cannot do it. You can't do it. Redbeard writes, my ex is a Pilates chick. She is cray-cray. Yeah, I see what you did there. Fozzie said, that's a stretch. Hold on. I don't know. Hold on. Let me see. No. Hold on. Let me see if I can get... Here, Fozzie. I'll read it for you. Fozzie says, that is a stretch. Let me see her. There we go, Fozzie. I'll put you over there. Man, that's a long ass drawn out laugh there. Redbeard said, but she's hot, so I let it go for years. Yeah. I mean, guys, we're horny. We are horny ass creatures, and we will let that stuff go.
Run to Costa Rica to hide from authorities.
Armstrong is accused of murdering professional cyclist Anna Mariah Wilson in Austin, Texas. Police.
Yeah, hold on. Okay, all right. Wait a minute. All right, we got side by side here. I don't know, man. I don't want to like say anything bad, but I would like to get a little bit of a feedback, okay? The one on the left is the accused murderer. The one on the right is the one that got murdered. Who's hotter? I know this makes me a complete asshole, but I would love to hear from you. Is the murderer hotter or is the victim hotter? I think I already know what you're going to say. And Bubba Loss. Fozzie says innocent. Okay, how about this? Fozzie, you bring up a great point. If you say innocent, I'll know what you mean. If you say guilty, yeah. T-Bone, neither? Are you crazy? I don't see how you say neither.
Police say they believe she was in a jealous rage after Wilson spent time with Armstrong's boyfriend, Colin Strickland. The timeline for this tragedy, according to U.S. Marshals and Austin PD, unfolding over the last 2 months. On May 11th, officers responded to a call and found Wilson with multiple gunshot wounds on her friend's bathroom floor. She was pronounced.
Wilson found multiple gunshot wounds, pronounced dead at the scene. I would so many things to that ginger puss. Okay. All right, country girl. There you go. I got you.
Dead at the scene. The next day, officers questioned both Colin Strickland and Caitlin Armstrong, later released.
And let's be honest. Well, maybe the guy did have something to do with this. I mean, you cannot like completely say the guy didn't have anything to do with this. But this guy also got accused of it. Like if you are the man in a relationship and that person shows up dead, obviously you're going to be the one that's going to get like accused first. You are. It just sucks. Guys always get the like raw end of the stick when it comes to abuse. Guys do it, but also at the same time, women accuse. Women make accusations all the time against guys. And let's not act like guys haven't been wrongfully accused and gotten screwed over.
Armstrong. On May 13th, Armstrong sold her black Jeep Grand Cherokee for $12,200.
Oh man, that's great resale.
$200, and the following day left the Austin airport on a flight to.
And red in the head, fire in the hole, and it's also like curly and wavy. Man.
New York City. A warrant was issued for her arrest, and on May 18th, Armstrong was caught on camera boarding a flight from Newark, New Jersey, bound for Costa Rica, using what police say was someone else's passport.
I mean, great security at the airport, if they were able to do that. You know what?
About a month and a half later, authorities arrested Armstrong at the hostel in Santa Teresa Beach, Costa Rica. On Saturday, she landed back in Texas to face murder charges. When authorities found Armstrong, they say
I mean, that's a pretty steamy pick.
She had altered her appearance by cutting and dyeing her hair.
Man, she really made herself really, really homely. Wow. That man, she made herself look really, really homely.
Dyeing her hair brown in an apparent attempt to make her.
It almost looks like she's had some plastic surgery, guys. The chick on the left looks nothing like the chick on the right. What the fuck, man? I know changed identity, but man, like she made her like yeah, Fozzie, you're right. I still would hit it, but man, oh man, she did make herself look a real homely compared to the pic on the left.
Apparent attempt to make herself less recognizable.
The next step for Armstrong is to be brought before a federal judge here in the United States who will determine the scheduling going forward and any modification to bail or bond that her defense attorneys may want to ask for.
That first court appearance expected to occur any day now.
So there's that story. And then Fozzie asked about Brittany Griner. All right. I got a lot of opinions on the Brittany Griner thing, okay? Number one, if you are that big of a pothead or hashish oil that, or you're too cheap, like seriously, you're in Russia. Is it worth it now that the United States government is probably going to have to trade another Russian prisoner to get you back? There's also other Americans that are out there, and I'm sorry, and I know that this is going to make me sound like a complete bastard. These Americans that have gone over to fight in Ukraine, that have been captured by Russian soldiers, I'm sorry. I really think you're on your own. You are chasing that glory. And unless the American government sent you over to fight, I don't think that we should do a goddamn thing for any American citizen that was dumb enough to go fight in Ukraine. That is on you. And this Brittany Griner deal, I think she's getting railroaded. Do I even know for sure if she had the hashish cartridges on her or weed cartridges? Who knows? Who knows? But if you did have them, that is on you. Why did you have to try to get those through airport security? You could have easily gotten them when you got back at home. But no, I guess the WNBA isn't paying you well enough. I had this big rally the other day for the Phoenix. I think they're the Phoenix Spark. Somebody was holding up a sign. Black, gay, something that was there. Hey, this person could have been an average, everyday American citizen. Guess what? If Russia can hem somebody up on some charges, they're gonna do it. So why even take that chance? Why take that chance? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna trade another Russian prisoner for her safety. There's other American citizens that have been there way longer than what Brittany Griner has been there. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to get Brittany Griner out first. We will. You know it. I know it. Everyone knows it, that Brittany Griner, she's going to get first priority. And there's a lot of Americans that have been there way longer. And I don't understand, as an American, what would make you want to go to Russia? Seriously. What would make you want to go to Russia right now? I know a lot of people, I should be able to roam freely in the world. No, you got to be smart. Don't take unnecessary chances. And a lot of people do that. They do that every single day. And guess what? Just like a couple of months ago, that woman that got killed on I-95 in Volusia County because she was dumb enough to pull over the side of the road to be able to switch positions with her friend when you were just not even a quarter mile from an exit. Could have gotten off the exit, could have stopped at the gas station there, could have done all that there. But no, you went by the exit. You wanted to do it on the side of I-95, which is a very dangerous interstate in Florida. And while you were doing that, your dogs got out. And you know what you did? Your dogs ran out into the road, and guess what? You were not paying attention, and you got yourself killed because you got hit because people are just dumb. People are just dumb. And I know a lot of people would be like, oh, you Tuddle, you don't have compassion. No, I do. I have plenty of compassion. But guess what? I don't have compassion for people. Is anybody going to have compassion for the person that was driving the car that hit and killed this woman because she was such a goddamn dumbass motherfucking idiot? No. Nobody thinks about the driver that's going to have to replay that, is going to have PTSD every single day of her life, looking at that woman in the eyes as you ran over her and killed her because she was dumb enough. She was dumb enough to do something so stupid that you have now changed somebody else's life. And I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm not trying to be an asshole or anything like that, but seriously, man. Seriously, like what is up with people? Are people, do people live such sheltered lives, especially here in the United States, that they just have this false sense of security, like nothing bad is going to happen to them? No, that is the case. It is the case. It happens all the time here in this country. We feel like, oh, we live in the best country in the world, so we should all be safe. I should be able to do whatever I want to and not worry about dying. No. Okay, T-Bone, she loved her dog. But guess what? I've loved a lot of animals. I'm an animal lover, but but guess what? I'm not going to take a chance. I'm not going to put myself in any danger to save a pet. Love them to death, but I'm not going to put myself in a situation where I could possibly be killed. It's just not happening. It's just not gonna happen. And that's just the way that I feel. I mean, we're overpopulated in this country as well. I mean, shouldn't it get to a point where we're going to worry about survival of the fittest? I mean, I don't even stop to help people change a tire. I don't stop to help push somebody's car off the side of the road. Guess why? Because I'm not taking any other chances. I'm going to put myself in a situation that's going to increase the chances of me dying. Does that make me sound like a heartless person? I'm sure it does. But guess what? I really don't care. I do not care. Guess what? I got to worry about the people that I love. Iggy brings up a great point. I would be like the grandpa, but guess what? Iggy T says, got to be like the grandpa in Yellowstone. Leave the kid and run for your life. Iggy, but guess what? I'm not going to be that grandpa that's going to put myself in that situation. No, but what I'm trying to say is still, people just got to be smarter, and that's all. That's it. Just be smarter. We're playing chess, not checkers. Most people here in the United States are playing checkers, not chess. And what I mean by that is that you always got to be thinking a couple of steps ahead. And you'll thank me for it. I go to a movie theater, guess what? I look at where the doors, where the exits are at. I do the same thing when I'm at restaurants. And I know a lot of people probably are thinking I'm overthinking stuff. No, guess what? When you are shot up and dead, and I'm outside, I'm going to be like, you know what? Thank God I looked at everything. I mean, Girth Brooks says same thing. I do that. Bold's Dip says situational awareness is key to survival. So, I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, Tuddle, that's no way to live. Oh, I got a call coming in. Let's see who this is. Tuddle Daily Podcast.
Hey, what's up, Tuddle? It's Foz.
What up,
How's it going?
Foz? How are you, my friend?
Doing great. Hey, I'm listening to your show and I'm enjoying it very much. But I wanted to reach out to you. You're talking about looking for the doors and looking for the exits, and I usually do that myself. But the other day I let my guard down.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me okay, Todd?
Yeah, I can hear you perfect.
Yes, I was at work. Listen, so I'm not trying to really blow anybody in, but I was at work. You know, I work for a local pizzeria, if you will, delivering pies. So I took a fairly large order to, I don't know if I can say the name of the business. Can I say the name of the business?
If you want to, go ahead.
I took a fairly large order to a Honeywell here in Clearwater to plant one, the main lobby. My instructions were on the delivery were to leave the delivery. The delivery was already paid for and such, but the lobby had a security guard. So I got buzzed in by said security guard, and it was a large order, like I said. So I had to go back out to my car and make a second trip. But as I dropped off a few of the light things, so I wouldn't be going all over the place with all these pizzas, I dropped off a few of the light things and made it back to the door, and the security guard stopped me. And he said, oh, where are you going? You can't leave without the customer coming to the lobby and picking up their food. So he had the only button and would not let me out of the building. So I said, well, sir, I got another load out in the car, so I need to go back out and bring in the rest of the pizzas. So he buzzed his button, let me out. I came back in. He buzzed me back in. The door shuts behind me. I drop off these pizzas. Now, this guy, actually, he holds me hostage for like 3 minutes. I have to call the boss man to negotiate my release. So the guy, the security guard there, the rent-a-cop, if you will, he said their policy is not to release anybody out of their lobby unless the customer comes and picks up their food.
Well, why though? Why did they say that?
Well, he said that was their policy. Said he had no directory to call the person. Well, meanwhile, I called the customer 3 times on my app. They did not have a voicemail set up at the time. So anyway, I finally called my boss and had him talk to the guy. And the boss said, well, you got this guy kidnapped. He's there against his will. Blah, blah, blah. Finally.
So you were like Brittany Griner. You were Fozzie Griner.
I was Fozzie Griner for about 3 seconds of my life, or 3 minutes of my life there. And so my boss negotiated my release. Said, yeah, well, we'll let him out this time, but moving forward, somebody needs to meet them down at the lobby. Well, that was that. But I just kind of wanted to throw that story out there. That was kind of crazy. I put that story out into a pizza delivery driver forum, and a fellow Honeywell security person said, well, that's really not their policy. But he said he couldn't call the customer. So I just want to throw that out there. I'm not trying to throw the Honeywell guy under the bus.
No,
but,
I know that. I mean, I mean, it would bother me too. Like, I mean, nobody likes to be held against their will when it comes to stuff.
I mean, but many people reached out to me and said, well, that's illegal detainment and such. They were giving me advice. Possibly I should have called the police, but it was in the middle of the lunch hour. I had to get back and deliver more pies. But I finally got out of there and all is well. But anyway, that's my Fozzie Grinder story. And I'm going to hang up and listen to it.
Any new creations pizza-wise or no?
Nothing really too new. No, nothing new.
All right, man. Hey, Fozzie, I hope you have a great night, my friend.
You too, buddy. Happy 4th.
Right. All right, guys. I'm going to get out of here. I want to thank everybody. My guest did not show up tonight, so fuck her. Fuck her. For real. Not unless... I'm not going to say it. Anyways. I'm going to get out of here, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's show. Hopefully you guys stay safe. And I will talk to you tomorrow.